Now we still have a lot of work to do on this fuel trailer before it's ready to go. I've got decals coming. It comes with a 13-foot hose. I went ahead and got a VEVOR 50-foot fuel hose. This hose is really nice and I cannot bring myself to destroy it, which is what I'd have to do because this VEVOR hose reel connects with just a barb fitting. So I'd have to cut the hose end of that off and run it into the VEVOR. On the other side of the VEVOR is this, a 1-inch NPT. So I can just unscrew my nozzle, but again, I don't want to destroy that nice hose and those fittings. So what I did was I looked on Amazon and I found this fuel transfer hose, 1-inch NPT, same fittings, same diameter, 13 feet for like 15 bucks. And I'm probably gonna route it through this pocket here and come around, cut it, slide it on there. I think I'm gonna flip this around too because the little pocket for the fuel nozzle fits that way. But I'll have to play around and flip this. So that'll be a little bit of a project. And then once those things are done, it should be good to go and we can do our first fill up. One of the things I got for all the hose is this hydraulic hose protector. This is just some kind of nylon glass material that helps resist wear. If this gets dragged on the concrete, this rubber is going to wear off pretty quick. So hopefully this nylon will help it last a little bit longer. The cheapest stuff I could find that would get here quick was 26-foot rolls for, I don't know, 20 or 30 bucks. I can't remember what. But 2 of these will go on the main spool and then half of one will go on this guy right here. So I got 3 all together and some hose clamps. I think this is 1.5 inch thick inner diameter. Maybe 1 1/4, I can't remember. Oh goodness, see if it's even gonna fit. Well, it fits, but just barely. This is gonna be a pain to get on. think I'm probably going to regret this, but I'm going to unspool this entire thing. So one of the other considerations that I am experimenting with, this should look like it isn't level. It should look like it's tipping this way. I have to be really careful of tipping this thing back. I don't know how far I can go before it actually tips, but I didn't want to hitch it so it was level, because what's going to happen is when it gets 200 gallons times what, is diesel 7 pounds a gallon? When it gets almost 1,500 pounds of diesel, I'm sure it's going to squat. So if I hitch it up level and then it squats and then I have to raise it to get it up off the hitch, that might tip it more. So I need it kind of like forward. I need it tilted forward, so when it gets weight on it, it sits level, and when I raise it off the hitch, I don't have to raise it that much, if that makes sense. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to move this thing with 1,500 pounds of diesel. You know, I've been pushing it around. I got no clue if I'll still be able to do that. So this video, like anything on this channel, is really just, this is what I've done. You can use the information or the failures to modify your own activities however you see fit, or just have a laugh at me, whichever one you want. But I gotta say, it does look really good. This is the first time it's been hooked up to the truck since I've labeled it, and I did quite a royal mess up on this front label. This front decal, there's bubbles everywhere. There's some, it's because this thing was in the way. I should have took that off. But man, it looks pretty good, I've got to say. You can see I've scratched this up. This is just touch-up paint. This isn't a big deal. But I scratched that up, you know, playing around with where I want the hose reel to be. I do need to make sure my tires have appropriate air in them. That's one thing I never check. And what are we at here? Let's see. 50 psi cold. 46. Pretty close. $46. I think here you can see how I'm pitching forward. So that's good. That's what I want. All right, now let's go make sure we've got our wallet and spend $1,000 on fuel. So we're at $4.99 for our diesel. And I've never filled up at one of these before, but I'm at a truck stop where I think you can put 2 of these things in at once. As a reminder, both of those valves are off. So now we've got both of them filling. This is another reason why this one is good to come to, because I think it's a little bit faster of a pump. Make sure nothing's leaking as we're filling it. Looks good so far. I mean, this is gonna hurt, but like, check this out. This is the pump next to me. So yeah, this is painful, but this is the world of large fuel purchases. I say large, this isn't even large. It's large for me, but. Now I will say the only thing I'm not sure of is, I wonder if I should open it now so it can even out. I guess it won't hurt to do it now. So now that should balance out as it's filling. We're not squatting as much as I thought. So those must be some pretty stiff springs they put on them. Still no leaks, so that's good. I want to see if it'll automatically shut off, and I'm kind of afraid because it'll mean a big diesel mess, but I think it's worth figuring out. I mean, they've got to stop automatically, right? It's like, that's how fuel pumps work. Surely it would be the same. I'm turning one of them off just in case. 196. Oh yeah. Well, either I'm coming up on a limit or it senses that it's... Let me try this one. Yeah, I think it either senses I'm at a limit. So this is either some kind of dollar or gallon limit. I think that's what it is rather than it's stopping on its own. Let me see. Oh, it might be. It's pretty close to the top there. Let me put this one up. Let me see if I can fill any more. It's hard to do this one-handed. No, I think it is a limit on what it'll let me pump, because I took it out and it's still dribbling. Yeah, I think it's a 197 gallon limit. No, it's still going. $985? No, I don't know. Heck yes, I want a receipt. So I'm not there yet. I don't know why that was. Oh, and the receipt's no good on 24 either. All right, I got to get my receipt and then do this again. You can see, maybe, it's full, but it's getting full, I should say, but it is not full. We definitely have more room. All right, let's get the receipt. Hey, I just need the receipt for 24, please. This is my first time filling up a fuel trailer. Does it have, yeah, first of all, but it started turning off on its own, and I didn't know if it had either a dollar or a gallon thing.
I think it cut it off at $9.99.
Okay, so she said she thinks the limit's $9.99. I wonder if I can tilt it up some, because it's really low now with the weight of it. I thought it would all squat this way, but I think it's kind of squatting that way too. We'll see. Definitely save that. There's still some room in there. It's shutting off though. I'm gonna see if you can see. It is really close to the top. There's maybe, there's a few inches. It seems like there's more over here, more room over here. I wonder if that's because I'm just slanted. But it does seem pretty full. So So I think you probably could get a little bit more than 200 gallons in. But yeah, 200 gallons is pretty close to what it is. That's what it looks like. Oh, okay, so that's why you don't fill it. Looks like my vents. Uh-oh. Oh no, was it these things? Yeah, these guys look like they leaked. Oh no, I didn't tighten them down, that's why. Yep, that was my fault. Oh, it leaked out of these too. Okay. So that's, I mean, obviously that's all my fault. I filled this thing more than 200 gallons and I shook it about. So I'm gonna clean that up because obviously I don't want this garage smelling like diesel fuel, and my wife will kill me if it does. I got this back when I was mowing lawns. This is probably getting close to 9 years old. Ew, it's got chunks floating in it. But this thing works so good for getting the smell of gas and diesel off. Still got a little bit left. I don't often spill, but I got 2 of these a long time ago for 75 cents a piece, and they've still lasted me all this time, but that's good. Anyways, I just got done wiping everything down I could see. So I don't smell any diesel. I think we're good. You can see the residue of everything I wiped. I think that's more the gas off. So I guess, I don't know, like the fact that this spins and this, maybe that means I don't have those down tight enough. And then the actual lids themselves, the fuel tank, what's the word? It's been a long day and the sun is hot. Cap. The tank cap itself. I think those are supposed to be venting, so I could see in theory, you know, them leaking if it's jostling around, since they need a venting component. Yeah, that's much better. So that was my fault. I did not check that those were tightened down. Yes, I know I have the smallest channel locks. I have bigger ones. I don't know why I didn't get them. Well, either way, it should be good now. It's home, it's parked, it's not gonna be driving around. Oh, that was another thing. I forgot to turn the valves off from the gas station. So technically this was a 200-gallon container, so. DOT hazmat rules did apply, which I did not follow, so I closed them now, so it's back to 2 100-gallon containers. But this is good. I can get it onto the smooth concrete floor of the garage. Now the thing I'm a little worried about is, can I get this back where it belongs without killing myself? I don't even think I can unplug this thing without killing myself. Let's see here. What are we doing? Good night. I need wheel chocks. All right, I'm clear of the ball hitch. While the safety chains are still attached, I'm gonna see if I can push it. Oh yeah. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, that scared me. She does want to see how she just rolled a little bit. I do need to keep a wheel chock in my pocket, I think. Or at least keep an eye on it. Yeah, this is okay. This is super easy to move. Now keep in mind, I am on epoxy garage floor, so I'm sure concrete would be harder and would chew this little guy up. So there we go, back in the corner. Obviously that'll telescope back in. That's right where I had it before, and now it's got 200 gallons of fuel in it, so we're good to go. Still need to finish putting it together, the hose reel, all that good stuff. Oh man, I just barely had enough room. Now the next thing that I think will be interesting to see, and it'll be a separate video because it's going to take another 2 months, but how much did I save, if any, by buying this fuel in bulk? I'll have to keep track of what the price of fuel is every Tuesday, which is when we fill up, and then how much fuel I dispense from this. So I'll need a flow meter, which I need to order one off Amazon. But I'll have to see how much fuel I dispense into the truck every Tuesday. And then I can figure out what my cost basis was at the $4.99 fuel versus whatever it is that current day. So again, I'm hoping I timed it right. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. We'll find out together. That fuel trailer also tows so much nicer when it's full of fuel. That's pretty much any truck or trailer, right? They're not made to move empty. They're gonna be super springy and jumpy and not fun to drive. But once they're loaded down, the ride characteristics get a lot smoother. And that was the case with this thing as well. So now that's put to bed and ready to fuel next week's trash truck endeavors.